stories and memories I'd like to share. And I'm going to begin by inviting Janetta.
I've got two stories about George. One of them is I introduced him to the Primary Club of Australia, which is a club about...
Speak up.
Can you hear?
Yeah, no, speak louder.
Oh,
Speak louder.
Sorry. It's a club about primary clubs, and primary is a duck first ball in cricket. And every time an Australian cricketer, and then they moved on to everybody, in a test match, got a duck first ball, we all had to pay a fine, which was a donation. And so George, with his sense of humour, loved that, and he ended up becoming the umpire for, or one of the umpires for the primary club, and they played a lot of matches up in Durham and places. So I remember the occasion when it was media versus the primary club, and he was umpiring, and at lunchtime I said to him, do you realise, George, that every time there's a wicket on either side, all the members who are here, which there were usually 50 or 60, around the ground, have to pay a $5 or $10 fine? And he said, no, I didn't know that. He said, I'll use the finger more. And so after the afternoon we got lots of money because he kept on giving LBW to everybody. And then from then on he was always doing that because he knew that he could raise money that way. That was one of his stories. And the other one that I love about him was I told him about, I grew up knowing Paddy Pallin, and he took me to bushwork, and his wife, May Pallin, and I think some people would probably already know this story, she got a driver's license when she was 16, and she handed it in when she was 85 because she didn't want to have to go through all the process of having doctor's appointments and things like that. And when she handed it in, she got a letter from the New South Wales Transport to say, congratulations, in the whole time you've had a licence, you have never had one fine, you've no parking fines, no speeding fines, nothing in that whole period of time. Congratulations. Well, she actually framed it and put it on the wall. She was so proud of it. But what she didn't tell them was the fact that in the whole time she'd had a licence, she'd never once driven. But I told him that story to go into column 8, and the George Richards bit is the fact that he then went through this incredible process, and he told me he was doing it, of research to make sure every single word of it was correct. He followed up with the family and did all sorts of things. So it just showed the intricate care he took with his research before he actually put his name to a story. And then he got that a bit wrong because I remember there was also a story about, if you ever looked on the fence of schools, that says these are enclosed grounds, INCLOACD grounds, and he put a little thing on column 8 saying that the Department of Education couldn't spell, and he was corrected about that because that's actually a legal term and it is enclosed, and it's still enclosed if you actually have a look. So he's a great guy, I loved him forever.